And hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another very special Out of the Fast Lane podcast. I am your host, Brady Hauser, partnered with you from the guys at DirtTrackDigest.com. I am an intern. I am also an intern there, if you guys didn't know that. Today on the show, we have Adam Tranka, which if you can't tell, he's already on with us. He can't hear us right yet, but he will be joining us in a second. He's just waiting. And then so I know a lot of you guys saw on Facebook something about a big announcement that I was making. All it is it's not really a big announcement. I just got two things I want to talk about. I received an opportunity from Todd Morey. He runs Four Cylinders, and he started his career in Monster Jam, which we might be getting him on my show eventually. I got an opportunity, but from Todd Morey to go announce a little bit at Evolution Nationals in February, and of course I took up on that offer. And then another thing for my YouTube channel, I know you guys I used to do like 2 or 3 interviews a week. From now on, I'm gonna try to plan on doing like just like once a week, like once every Wednesday, have a show like tonight, and then whenever I go to a racetrack, for example, I'm going to Big Diamonds Friday. Try to get some post race interviews there, and then work on it through there. Work on with that, so I can keep some content going with you guys. I know the season's almost wrapped up, so once that comes through, or once the season wraps up, we'll probably go back to 2 shows a week. But for right now, we're just gonna stick to 1 show a week. And if you can't tell in the picture, that is me and Victor Lane with Adam Tranka on Victor Lane at Glen Ridge. He has won at Glen Ridge a couple times this year, matter of the fact. And he is gonna be on call right about now. You hear me? We're good, right?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right, we are good. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So, pretty much that the season's pretty much almost over. Could you give us a little summary how your season went for you?
Well, we definitely had the most fun I've ever had in a season, in one season combined. I gotta tell you, we went out to Glen Ridge just to kind of test it out, just to see how our car was actually handling and running, and just to make sure nothing fell off of it. And then once we got there and found out that the competition was good and the track crew and facilities was pretty amazing every week, and to be home the time that we were home on Sunday night was pretty helpful. So it just was for us. Even if we just got one win or finished in the top five, like we just kind of planned on to do, we had a great season. We did a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. So, looking back at this season, it was very weird, obviously, with all the COVID stuff going on and the COVID virus. No fans were allowed in the stands. Was there a difference for you racing with no fans, or was it just same? I'm still racing. It's normal to me.
It was a lot different. It was to see the stands empty was very strange. It was very, very strange. Not to have the family there that we like to have with us, meaning the fans. They're part of they're a huge part of why we do that. For myself anyway, I do like to show off a little bit. It's kind of why we do racing, and hopefully that someone sees that and recognizes your skill and they kind of look up to you. I know when I was younger, my grandfather used to take me to the races all the time, and I used to have a dirt track in my own backyard. Being a little kid, not being able to go to the races, I can't imagine what that's like. It was very nice to see that some of the families were able to be in the pits there at Glen Ridge, but it was definitely very strange.
Mm-hmm. So Glen Ridge did announce that they are going to have 2 more races in the 16th and 17th. Are you have any plans to go run those 2 shows?
The 16th and 17th. Actually, no. This is actually the first time I've kind of been keeping an eye out. This is the first time I'm hearing of it. I do have the car a little bit of a part, but we definitely. I would definitely be interested in going back out there for sure. Yeah, well, a couple more times.
Yeah.
Especially after the season that we've had, we've got some pretty good momentum momentum moving going forward. So I was kind of sorry to see it end.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they like you said, you just I sorry if you didn't know that they just announced it like a couple days ago anyway.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
I know there was supposed to be a October 24th and October 31st shows, but they ended up having to cancel those because of all the races with the Oktoberfest and all that stuff that's going on. They kind of just said, well, we'll pull the plug and we'll go back to the 16th and 17th where, yes, Port Royal is on that weekend, but they still, there's no sportsman at Port Royal, so
Gotcha.
there's still a chance that Glenridge could get a pretty decent sportsman drivers there. So who knows?
Well, we'll definitely keep an eye out for what they got going on up there. I would definitely entertain the idea of going out there.
Mm-hmm. So what for you as a driver? What got your career started pretty much into racing?
Well, ever since I was real young, like I said before, my grandfather had taken me to the races. He actually raced at Fonda back in the 50s and 60s. So we had my mother actually had a picture of him standing next to an old late model at Fonda. His car number was 54, and he used to tell me the stories of him racing there and him going off the track and him going upside down and doing all these great things. And just the stories he used to tell and the smile on his face really kind of drew me in. And then going there and seeing the cars and how fast they were going and sideways on dirt. I mean, it just how do you not like that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And I got an opportunity when I was 16 years old. I drove a hobby stock. We actually bought our first car off of I believe it was Dave Horning Sr. That we got the car off of. It was $1,200 turnkey operation back in 1996, and we really haven't looked back.
Mm-hmm. So looking into your career, you mentioned your grandpa racing. That's the main reason why you picked the number 54, or is there another story?
Yeah, no, that's actually the main reason. I didn't really have a liking towards any number. You know, when I was in high school, I was number 14, and I think I was even number 21 when playing football and baseball. And then I really didn't have any lucky number or anything like that. But when we went to racing, we decided to do number 54 in honor of him. And our first day there, we got to the track, and somebody already had 54. So we had to, so we just spray painted like a little loop on the bottom of the 5, and we ended up 64 for probably about 15 years.
Mm-hmm. So, is there any other tracks besides Glenridge that you visit on like a weekly basis?
If we had the support, definitely I would love to visit a lot more tracks. Throughout my career here, between 16 and 40 now, we've been a lot of places. We've been to Devil's Bowl, Vermont is actually a place I got my first win. And then Malta, Fonda, Utica, Rome. It feels like we've been all over the Northeast. Bear Ridge, I think we've even been at one time. But that was the main track. The main goal was to run at least once a week, due to family ties and maintenance. And it just comes down to money and time.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, if we had some more support with the shop and some more financials, we definitely would probably be at Malta more often. If I had a different set of gear, I would definitely love to be a Fonda. But Glenridge definitely fits all the criteria we're looking for. We're looking to have fun. We're looking for inexpensive, and we're just a good, fun family atmosphere.
Mm-hmm. So, during the pandemic, which is still going on, which it's been, I mean, everybody's still having their issues and there's still stuff going on with that. But throughout all this, iRacing kind of sparked out of it. Did you get the chance to watch any of it or even try it?
Back in the day when the force feedback steering wheel first came out, I can remember my uncle had it, and it was like $300 or $400. and it was I tell you, I think it was '97 or '98 NASCAR racing on the PC computer. He introduced me to that wheel, and I didn't leave it for a couple years. It was kind of rigid and kind of caveman style compared to what is today. But it definitely computer, anything video game that you can get your hands on and kind of mimic what you're feeling in the car was pretty awesome. So to have the force feedback was pretty cool. To see the stuff coming out during COVID, it definitely raised my eyebrows to kind of going that way. And I really did think about investing into another wheel, computer screens. I was looking into it. I really was.
Mm-hmm. So for me personally, because I do it all the time, I race. Usually I'm in this racing group where I race with Mike Mallet and Larry White and some of the big stars of the dirt racing world are in there, and then Stewie occasionally. But I'm using a wheel that's my grandpa gave me that he was racing when he raced back in 2000, like when he raced 2004 when he played like you said playing the games. So I'm using a 2003 2004 model wheel. they're all kicking my butt because they have force feedback wheels and I'm just working what I got.
Well, I tell you what, that force feedback makes a heck of a difference. I used to hit the wall, lose a tire, and it used to shake on me, and I couldn't control it. It definitely it was a lot of fun. I would definitely want to get back into something like that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Especially during the winter, it keeps your reflexes good.
Oh, I know. That's what good for iRacing really is. A lot of during the winter, the drivers they hammer it. They love it. They think it's the best thing they can do. Until February comes around, which like my announcement I made earlier in the show, Volusia and all that stuff. And even then, not all the drivers go down to Volusia and Alltech to race because not all drivers have the money to go down to Florida. So iRacing is just pretty much the big thing for them throughout the off season.
Oh yeah. Well, if you could keep your hand-eye coordination intact, I mean that's definitely key.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So what goes through your mind? I know this is not a topic you like talking about, but what goes through your mind when you are spinning out or crashing in front of the field or upside down, or what's going through your mind?
Are my belts tight enough? I know that there's been a couple times when really it's just can I fix it when I'm done crashing? Hopefully I can fix it is basically what goes through my mind. If I spin out, I've been on a pole position before and hammered down into turn one and spun out in front of the whole field. And then when you see the whole field coming at you, you take both belts and you just tighten them right down, and you do close your eyes and look down and hope for the best. And thankfully, we've been surrounded by a bunch of talented guys that do miss a standing still car a lot of the times. But sometimes, we've been upside down and we've been in some wrecks, and thankfully we've never had any serious injuries, anything like that. We wear a Hans device. We try to make the car as safe as possible. Everything that I've seen in my career is always the car has been replaceable, and the people are not. So we've always been lucky in that aspect.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I understand that. I understand you right there. But looking back at, because I have a picture pulled up right here on my computer screen, because you're on my other screen that I'm using. Picture of Victory Lane. I know it's probably funny because I'm in there too. What's it like? What was it like this year, winning this year at Glenridge?
Anybody that wins, I think, will tell you that there's no feeling like a victory. No matter where it is, it just how many laps it is. I mean, man, it just is so. There's really no feeling like it. And we spent all winter long working on the car. The car was in the garage all winter, and it was just bare naked until about springtime. And then we really just hustled and bustled and worked really, really hard on it to try to get a victory, at least be competitive. So to go out there and to at Glenridge and to be able to win against Damon and to win against those guys that have been out there for a couple of years doing that, it was really something special. And to do it again, just the one time would have been awesome. And we were just having a great time. So to get out of there with one win would have been awesome. To have five on the season was pretty special. And there's really, you can't explain it. When you're going home, I'm hooting and hollering out the window. I got the window up. The wife is just looking at me. Great. I got the trophy next to us. I got the trophy all day next day at work. Showing it off, just acting stupid, acting a fool. But the smile doesn't leave my face until about Wednesday, until I got to get back in the garage again, and then it just it starts the process all over. Prepping the car, making sure it's maintenance, making sure that we have everything going to the track. And you try not to forget about last week, but you try to look forward to the next Sunday too, just to make sure you don't miss anything, and you just want to stay on point.
Mm-hmm. So take me back to, and it's probably hard, it might be because it's been a while, take me back to 16-year-old Adam Tranka. First time in the race car, coming off a Ford to the green flag. What would be going through your mind if you had to go back?
You asked me to do this interview earlier in the week, and I did have that thought process. I was like, man, what was it like going back then? I was a 16-year-old kid in high school. Ryan Odaz was one of my teammates. He went on to have an awesome career still going on in the modifieds. So to be able to race against him, and then talk about it in school, was so cool of a feeling. But the first time I ever went out on the track, my grandfather would tell you could crawl around the track faster than I was going. I wasn't a speed demon at all. And I think my first 6 or 8 lap heat race, I actually lost my right rear tire. The right rear tire came right off the vehicle. And then I went to go in the pits, and the guy said, no, you can't come in here. The heat race is lining up. So I went all the way back around the track one more time. And then the flagger came down, and he says, the tow truck driver, he's got your tire. I said, he's got my tire? My tire's missing? I didn't even know my tire had fallen off the vehicle. The right rear tire just flew up into the catch fence, and there it sat as I was just going around, thinking I had all 4 wheels, all excited. I have that's the memory of the first time I ever was in the car, and I was hooked after that. I couldn't stop. Can't stop.
So for you, if you could race against any driver, past or present, I know you just mentioned Ryan Odaz, and he's, like you said, one of the greatest drivers that's ever came into Fonda Speedway history. If you could race against any driver, past or present, doesn't have to be dirt, it could be NASCAR, it could be pretty much anything, it could be IndyCar or whatever you got, who would it be and why?
Well, I guess it would have to be one of my favorite drivers, Dale Sr. Just to be out there and give respect, get respect, maybe just rub each other the wrong way as we're coming towards the checkered flag. I see him getting the victory, not me, but just to be out there with someone of that caliber, of that kind of man, that would be so cool.
Mm-hmm. The Intimidator, actually.
Oh yeah, yeah, man, it is. I had the chance one time at Fonda Speedway to when we were running an open wheel car. I had a heat race with modified drivers. In my heat race was, I'll never forget, it was Jack Johnson, Ronnie Johnson, Dave Leap. I even think Lou Lazaro was there at the time. I see a Trombley was there, and all these guys are in my heat race. And, we went out and we ran, I think it was 8 or 10 laps, and I didn't get lapped. It was my first time in a modified heat race. I didn't get lapped, and I was so just thrilled not to be out there with these guys and to be able to keep up and to get passed by Dave Leake, one of the heroes. It was pretty cool. I didn't mind it. I didn't care. I think I finished last in that heat race, but just to keep up with those legends was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. So that's how I feel with the iRacing part, when you can just hop into a random lobby. I did it once. I hopped in a random lobby, and there's Rico Abreu in my race. Here I am racing with people from all around the country, just regular fans. All of a sudden, 5 minutes later, here comes Rico Abreu into the race, and you don't even know it until you see his name pop up.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Which
you wreck him early, right, to make sure he doesn't win.
Well, usually what happens is you go into the first turn, somebody in the front loses it, everybody's behind us. We're all scattered. We're not like regular drivers where they can avoid everything. Everybody just gets right into each other and all spin every other way. Do Do you happen to have a nickname? And if so, how did you end up getting that?
I don't have one. I don't. Just all through my career, it's just been my regular nickname. I probably got a couple from my not so great fans, but I don't. I haven't been anything.
Hmm. Now, if your name was Adam Trank and not Adam Tranka, I could call you the Tank, Adam Trank.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
I could still call you that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
The Tank. We'll have to figure it out. Um. So, what other hobbies do you enjoy besides racing?
That pretty much takes up a lot of our time. It takes a lot of effort, but we do enjoy fishing. We go hunting during the, when we can. I like to go out on the lake if we can. My wife does, she's a singer. This year has been a little strange because we haven't been able to go out and listen to her as much as we'd like to. But she is a lead singer in one of the local rock band, dance band, hip hop band, party band around Albany Capital District for the Refrigerators. So I do enjoy live music. She's a hell of a singer. They put on a great show. We go out and enjoy them during the summer. Summer nights in Saratoga, wherever they're playing. Those are some pretty cool events that they get to go to. Behind the scenes of all that stuff, backstage and all that's pretty cool too. So we do enjoy music, fishing, hunting, time with the family around the pool. Watching my 17-year-old stepson mow the lawn is pretty fun.
So I have two more. I have two more questions for you. It doesn't have to be you. It can be anything that you've seen, and because I know you've seen a lot. What's been your favorite racing memory?
Well, it definitely has to be up there with the heat race that I talked about earlier, with all those legends in there. I guess one of my favorite memories is seeing my grandfather smile. It just, through the years, I was raised by my grandparents, but to see him smile and have a good time, and just to see that all his hard work, all his effort, all the time that he's put in, it pays off when you have a checkered flag in your hand, and he's got the same smile when you got a top five. Just to go out there and run well, just to see him smile is pretty much one of the best memories I'll have through racing.
Mm-hmm. So summing it up, out of all the things you do, it could be win. I mean, I know winning is probably one of your favorite things, but out of all of it, what's your favorite part of racing?
My absolute favorite part is throwing it into the high side, letting it stick, and getting by the guy coming off the turn. I mean, that there is no other feeling like that. Whether it's for 10th, first, there's just no other feeling than feeling like you're strapped in the car, and then having the car stick, make power off the corner, and then pin you back in the seat. I mean, there's just even these street stocks, these hobby stocks, do the same kind of thing. It's not as much power as an open wheel car, obviously, but man, that feeling is pretty intense.
Mm-hmm. So that's, like I said, that's all I really have for you here today. Actually, that's all I had for you. But any questions for me?
Yeah. How long do you plan on doing this for? Who's your next interview?
Well, I don't even know who my next interview is. I tried doing it by the week. That's why I reached out to you as Monday. I was like, hey, are you free Wednesday? Yada. But I plan with the announcing part. I know I received an opportunity for February. I don't know if you know Todd Morey, the guy,
Yeah.
4-cylinder racer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also an announcer. He asked me. He said that I could go hang out with him up in the tower at Volusia and announce a little bit. So that's a big the dirt car nationals and stuff. And then pretty much, I mean, throughout the off season for this channel, I'm pretty much just gonna try to do I'm gonna try to do rapid fire because the driver's gonna have nothing to do, and usually they're just gonna say, "Yeah, let's go do it." I have nothing. I have no plans. Let's do it, and then work on it through there. For right now, with the regular season, so because the season's still going on, I just try to do one a week, and then maybe jump over to throughout, like when so I'm going to Big Diamond Friday, I'll go do a post race after the race with the winner and second place and all that, and then that'll be good for the week, and then I just work off of that.
Well, keep it up, man. We definitely need some, light showing on all this stuff. We used to have the Fox Fast Tracks. Remember that stuff? You're probably too young for that. But they're on, what is it, Channel 8, Fox 23, whatever it was. They used to have a news channel that was dedicated to us, local racing and stuff like that. I watched it religiously. So just, I think you're doing a great job. So keep up the good work, and, we'll keep an eye on you for the future, man.
One other thing, what was it like for me interviewing you and Victor Lane?
It was, I was expecting Daniel in there, but, you walked over and I was like, who is this masked bandit? But you did a phenomenal job. I can't believe that you're only in high school, right?
I'm in 10th grade.
Oh, 10th grade? Oh,
10th grade.
Gosh.
15.
Jeez.
15.
Oh, man. Well, you did a great job. You had no fear whatsoever. You asked some great questions. So you did great.
That's pretty much. I mean, honestly, I can't say that without doing this YouTube channel. If that was me a couple weeks ago and I had no experience, just walking up to you and trying to do that, I would have been like beat red and just like shaking. I wouldn't have been able to even talk to you, most likely.
That's understandable. I have that. I do a lot of outside sales and public speaking. It's very hard to put yourself out there like that without knowing what the feedback is going to be. But the more experience you get, just like racing, more seat time, the more microphone time you got, the better, just the more comfortable you get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I learned, because I can look back now about 4 months ago when I first did my first interview, and it was with NASCAR driver Landon Castle. Okay, so there's a nerve-wracking moment right there and then, getting my first driver on my show being a NASCAR driver.
Right.
But then
by fire, just jump right in that fire.
Yeah, but as I started getting more and more popular, more people started recognizing who I was, and drivers started realizing who I was. I can't commend the guy enough, but Scott Huber pretty much was the guy that really... Scott Huber and Gary Tompkins pretty much were the two that gave me they shot me up, and then after the Gary Tompkins and Scott Huber interview, Mike Mallett, you know Mike Mallett, I'm sure, he reached out to me from Dirt Track Digest saying, hey, can we come get an intern? Do you want to come be an intern for Dirt Track Digest? And I said, well, yeah. And then ever since then, I've been doing so much stuff. It's been... Honestly, everybody's been saying that the summer has been awful. I mean, yes, for a lot of people it has. But for me, I can't say that this has probably been the best summers I've ever had.
Well, that's good, man. That's awesome. I'm rooting for you. Like I said, I look forward to seeing a lot more of you. And just getting that time in and just talking to everybody. You'll find... I think everybody in the racing community has been pretty much like a family. They want to help you. They want to reach out, and they want to see good things happen to the people that are involved in racing. So we're definitely rooting for you.
Mm-hmm. One other thing, I probably should have showed you this. My background for my computer screen, actually.
Nice. Look at that.
For my iRacing, because my iRacing's right here. So that's my... Well, I mean, there's me. That's me right in my element, and then there's you. There's you and Victor Lane.
Some looking guys right there.
I don't know about that, but hey, oh yeah, hold on. Let me just throw you up one more time. Any sponsors or anything you want to give any shout outs to? Feel free.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the sponsors that we had this year. Berkshire Performance definitely helped out with us a ton. I mean, if you ever need anything done on your truck, performance-wise, lifted, tires, wheels, just anything, computer-wise, they do all diesel stuff over Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Berkshire Performance, they are number one in my book, doing anything like that. I got LaBarge Family Tire. They're right there in Latham, and they got Glenmont Family Tire as well. They definitely help us out with tires and anything that we need in that aspect. I can't say enough about them either. I got my buddy that I actually went to high school with, yard working more. Larry is a great guy, so if you're up around the Saratoga County area and you need some landscaping, yard working more, hit them up. And Classic Muscle Parts. Jay has been me and Jay have been a competitor for years, and we ran pro stocks for a long, long time. And to see his business grow the way it's been growing, and to be a part of that is so special to us. We really can't thank these guys enough. They just, without them, we really, truly would struggle a lot more to be out there. So really hats off to those guys. And just my wife for the support that she gives me, letting me go out in the shop until all hours of the night while she takes care of the kids in the house. I definitely get my share of chores around the house. That she definitely lets me know when I need to get them done. So definitely supportive family, supportive friends, and the sponsors. Definitely thank you.
One other. Here's another thing we can add to your car for next year, for sure.
Yeah, man. Look at that.
I have.
Yeah, I know. I got a spot for that.
I got a whole bunch. I got probably about 50 here, and I'm waiting till next year now because I'm not gonna throw stickers on cars now, knowing that the end of the season's coming up.
Right.
They're gonna be getting new bodies as of next year, so I'll just wait till next year to hand them all out. But yeah, so for next year I'll definitely get you a couple of these, and you can do whatever you want with them. Put them on your car.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Yeah, we'll put those right on there. I know a good spot for them.
Well, I can't thank you enough for being on the show today. I really do appreciate it. I'm looking forward to possibly doing some more stuff with you on the channel. I know I've been trying to do some weekly like race results shows and stuff. I had a couple of the drivers that have helped me so much on this channel come on and do that with me. So maybe we'll get you come do one of those race results shows with me. And speaking of that, what did you? I don't know if you heard anything about it today, but did you hear that the Cup Series is going to be going to Bristol on dirt?
I read something like that. Yeah. Now, is it the Cup Series itself, like the high end guys, or
the Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson? Yeah, they're going to be racing on dirt.
Nice. Now they got to modify the Cup car to fit the dirt, kind of. Or are they going to run a late model on that? Yeah, I'd have to look into more of that. That I think it's a good. I think it's a good thing to do that, to expand, because I think they have lost a lot of.
They lost a lot of fans.
And I used to watch cars go around the circles when I was younger. I couldn't understand it for the life of me, but when I got older and actually went to one of the races, like Dover was one of my first races, and to see the cars and how fast they were going, oh my gosh, I got hooked instantly. But to see the way that it's been going, for me, I don't have the best reach to watch a NASCAR race. It felt like it got a lot harder to watch NASCAR races. I'm not sure why. It used to be on cable. It used to be on like Channel 6, Channel 10, Channel 8. Now you got to go to like 31 or have some FS1 channel to watch that stuff. So to limit the fans to how they get access to it, I think was kind of maybe a misstep for them. I do read up on it. I do watch the highlights when I get a chance to. It seems like the races this year were coming like rapid fire. Even if there was one on Wednesday, there's one on Sunday, Monday. It was hard to keep up when you're used to a certain schedule with those guys. But that is actually going to be some pretty cool thing to do down at Bristol.
I'm wondering, for me, I'm just wondering if it's going to be like the pro stocks, like the pro stock body, if it's going to be like a race kind of like that. Because I know, I'm thinking about it, a lot of these guys have never went on dirt, so they have no idea what they're getting themselves into.
Well, it's difficult for me to watch sometimes when Stewie goes out and races the truck at Eldura, and these guys are supposed to be the high top end drive, and you're in a truck, you're in that series, you would think they would have multiple different race surfaces under their belt. So to hear some of these guys say, I've never seen a dirt track before, I've never been, and to have an opportunity on dirt, and then they go up and race in the marbles, and it's like, man, I could do that. Get me for that one race, I'd be all right with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not easy to make the transition from pavement to dirt, and we made the transition at Albany Saratoga from dirt to pavement one year, and we were in an open wheel modified, so that was definitely a lot of learning curves there.
Well, I can't thank you enough for being on the show today. Looks like we're about reached the 35-minute mark. Wow, that's a long episode. Nice. But like I said, thank you for being on the show today. I'm looking forward to seeing what. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how next year goes for you. It's definitely gonna be. It's probably gonna be hopefully back to normal. I mean, not everything's gonna be back to normal way of them, but hopefully we'll have a little bit back to the normalcy. Have some fans in the stands, and I'll be down in Victory Lane having a crowd screaming, a crowd actually cheering instead of a cable guy on the roof filming.
Yeah, no, it was good to see him clapping at least a couple times.
All right, thanks again, Adam.
Yeah, no problem, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for your time tonight.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. All right, bye. And that was Adam Tranka. Man, I'll tell you what, that guy's way down. He's so down to earth. I'll tell you what, that guy is very nice. If you ever want to see or sponsor or anything like that, if you ever want to get to know, if you really can get to the pits and get to know Adam Tranka, please do it, because he is really one of the nicest guys you'll meet. Like he said, he didn't even know who I was until this night right here when I went, because he thought Dan the Man Haslam was gonna come interview me, or go interview him in Victor Lane, and I ended up interviewing, and he didn't know who I was until afterwards, and I introduced myself. I said, "Hey, I just interviewed you in Victor Lane." He's like, "How?" And then he started asking me a couple questions: "How old are you?" and yada yada, your name, all that, and I pretty much just got to know the guy, and here we are. Good friends now, me and him, and it's awesome. It's awesome to have good friendships and connections with these drivers, especially when you really get personal with these drivers and start to know like all about their story and their family and all that stuff. And it's very cool to get to know these drivers, and I'm thankful for the drivers that have came on my show and helped me out. Pretty much all of them have, and even though the season's wrapping up, like I said, I am going to continue all the regular shows and all that stuff. I'm still going to do the interviews. Don't think I'm just going to take a break. That ain't going to happen. I'm definitely going to have more drivers on. Like I said, I might even have Adam back on a couple times to do some shows with me. Like I said, I'm gonna be announcing a little bit down in Volusia, so make sure you guys look out for that. And that's all I really have here tonight. But like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. We're on the road to 200 subscribers now, which I know we can do it. I know we can. You guys just gotta hit that like, comment, subscribe button, and you guys can. And then it's pretty easy. All you gotta do, tap the subscribe button down below. As long as you have an account, you're good. You're in. You're part of the team. And yeah, if you're looking to get a sticker from me, I know I just showed the stickers a little while ago. I'll show you guys again. If you're looking to get a sticker right here, just DM me on social media, your address or something like that, or if you even want to come pick it up somewhere or meet me somewhere, I'll gladly give you guys a sticker. You just gotta reach out to me. And other than that, thank you guys for watching. Take care. Have a great night, and adios.